Hey, good morning. I've got a full face of makeup on. I feel so proud. Today I could be bothered. I am here to talk to you about Orphan Black, episode 4. Hello, I put them all on stands, these Funko Pops now, so then I can put them wherever I like. Whereas before I sort of had to have them leaning against something because falling over. Except for Helena. Helena didn't come with a stand. But she did come with this mark on her head. I don't know if you can see. Maybe I should get out of the way. It's like right sort of there. And I'm sort of like, is that meant to be there? Not that I do have a plan on selling them off. And sort of, I do have plans to get another copy of them. So then I can keep one set on my bookshelf, one set in the box. Don't ask me why. I like to have one in box, one in not. So that, and then I've also got some Pride and Prejudice and Zombies ones. I got more. I went to Hemsby on my holiday and I went into this comic shop and they had this whole row, like the whole back wall was filled with them. Someone's at the door. My dog goes mad, so it's best to just wait. Except they didn't have any Orphan Black, so I was like, I'm trying to get the whole set. The Jane Pride and Prejudice, I got that. So then I got the Elizabeth Bennet, Mr. Darcy and Ariel. I was debating whether to get Ariel the hipster or Ariel just normal Ariel. I got normal Ariel. Today I'm going to talk to you. I'm on time. It's Tuesday today. I'm hoping edit this enough, you know, Thursday evening we'll be ready to go Friday. And I feel so proud that I'm actually on time. So let's get my notes up. The episode called From Indistinct to Rational Control. There we go. Got my thumbnail. All the other thumbnails that have been on my video have been just me in mid-conversation and it's a bit like, no. And it's not even ones that I have makeup on in, so I look god-awful. Yeah, quick note. I was watching with my mum actually, like the first time I watched it, and when I was watching it, my mum comes in and is like, well, why are you watching? Like, as if to say I'm being really, really loud, as if it was that funny, and I was like, chili beans, it's Orphan Black, you know, you should watch it. So yeah, first we see MK, and she's building a bomb, and she seems to have a very big vendetta against Dyad, the illusion, like, topside, you know, and then we see Marianne Bowles, and I'm like, where is she? Where is she? We saw her last in season 3. Where is she? And she also has a very big vendetta by the looks of things against Ferdinand. And who is Nikki? A new clone? Because this sort of shows MK clearly was friends with other clones. And then the titles come, and the greatest thing, Josh Vokey, who plays Scott, he's got his own credit. I mean, like, it's about time. We've had enough of Scott to sort of put him in the credits now. And Scott is a great character. Hallelujah for Scott, just saying. And then Ferdinand and his cooking and his like crush on Rachel. I couldn't find the words when I was writing my notes. Not a crush, but I don't want to say he's in love with her. I mean, he sort of is. And I don't want to call it an obsession because it's sort of like you don't know if, I don't want to say I don't know whether it's two-sided. I mean, I think it is a little two-sided, but with Rachel it's kind of hard to know her true feelings. She's quite cold in that sense, so you don't know whether that what her true feelings are. And everyone wants MK, and then when we see the science lab where Cosima and Scott have got Dr. Leaky's head and they're all like insulated and fashionable. Yeah, that's Alison for you. I love that. And I was just like, oh, only Alison could give Dr. Leaky's head in an insulated lunch bag. I won't want to be using that lunch bag afterwards. And then there's Scott going, he never gave me a raise, not one. And then there's Cosima going, who's the science now? And then we actually get to see the maggot thing. And he's saying, and Scott says when they take out the tumour, because it's in a tumour, it was feeding off him buried under the cold dark dirt of the Hendrix's garage. I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did, just to sort of be like, not irony, but it was kind of like weirdly funny. Yeah, everyone else may not have found that funny, but I did. But yeah, the maggot bot is in a tumour. Now we're going to get what it is, which I'm very excited for. Because we've had enough of people saying, you know, they're in people. Some people saying the good, some people saying the bad. I want to know what is they doing? And then we go back to Sarah, Ferdinand and Mrs. Earth, and they're talking about is a crush for Rachel, and there's Mrs. Earth going, in hero thinking like a parent capable of genuine human connection. And I'm like, oh, I love the one-liners. It gives me the giggles, more than the giggles. I can see why my mum came in here and thought, what on earth is going on? And then Alison and Sarah Stubbs, we get her back, singing Jesus Christ Superstar in the gaff. That needs to become a reality. And then the Neolution girl, we get her name, Trina. I know it's Trina because I wrote it down, so I can't get that wrong. Thinks she's Beth, which actually gives a nice new element. We've seen Sarah pretend to be Beth. We've seen Cosima pretend to be Alison. We've seen Helena pretend to be Alison. But we've never seen anyone else try to pretend to be Beth. Almost like just Sarah, which I find very fascinating. But then she pretends to be Beth. And what is LifeSpring fertility? I mean, I have a feeling we're going to find out. And what does she mean by carrier? Like, oh, she hasn't got the baby? I thought that was her baby. I don't know if this is going on to what Beth knew ultimately killed her, because that is what I want to know. What is this big secret that led her to jump in front of a train? Go Alison. She is a Glendale community theatre performer. She should be able to do that. That's that training for it. And then Felix and Sarah, we get a meeting between him, Mrs. S, Sarah, to sort of discuss the muggles. And he's like, oh, if you would have told me. And it's like, you were telling her to F off, you know, really. But they need to make up. I'm telling you, I need my Thelma and Louise back together, fighting this whole clone business, please. We don't want to say Sarah is following in Beth's path. Can kind of see how Beth was uninspiring, and you can sort of, you can kind of see it in Sarah, but you can kind of see it in Sarah now. And then we get to see Helena again. Like I said last week, I don't think we've had enough Helena in this season. I love Helena and her collage of babies. And then when Donnie's sort of telling her about their Alison and his failed attempts to have a child of their own, I sort of thought that was really sweet. And we get to see a bit of backstory on Alison and Donnie. I don't want to say I feel like this episode is very Alison and Donnie centered, but it is kind of, that makes sense. And then Dizzy again, and MK saying why she's inside, but she's not inside, she's on the laptop. And then Donnie and Felix are gonna go inside LifeSprings to pretend to be prospective parents. And like a new pairing, I never thought, because it's true, Alison can't go in there, they've already seen Beth's face. And then when because like Donnie's being very overly sort of camp, I guess you could say, and then Felix is sort of like, what the hell are you doing? You're mincing. And he's like, do you have any gay friends? And then there's Donnie going, no. And then like Felix is sort of saying, yes you do, science commonly tells you that 5%, I think it was 5% of your male friends are gay. And then Donnie's like, not in Bailey Downs. And then there's Felix going, especially in Bailey Downs. Like, I thought that was very true. And he's like, don't act it, like, so don't, you can't tell, so don't act gay. You know, but like, go Felix. Have Air Italia. Oh my gosh, I nearly cried with laughter. I was just sort of sat there like, oh my god. I think I'm gonna hyperventilate with laughter. I actually had to turn the sound down, just in case people were like, what on earth are you watching? Even though everybody knows I'm watching Orphan, but it's like, I had to be like that. And breathe. Alison and Donnie are into some weird stuff. And then at the end of that, it sort of then transfers to the removal of the magbook, which was disgusting, may I add. Really, it was like, you know them videos where they sort of pop as a big bot and it's all horrible and all like stuff comes out? It was like that. But yeah. And then we see Rachel again. And that was a jazzy computer screen. I wonder if we have them. I'm not sure they would go for me because glass. I'm very good at seeing through things like that. It's a bit clear for me. And then they talk about Charlotte because, as we saw in the last episode, he coughed up blood like Cosima does. And you see them talking about immunosuppressive treatment for her, but they have to go through Susan Duncan. And they're sort of saying immunosuppressive, while it will, I guess, suppress our immune system, like it says in the name, it did kill Jennifer Fitzsimmons, dearly departed clone, quicker. But they sort of start talking about how she is younger than any of the previous recipients of the treatment, so her hormones might be able to deal with it better because she's sort of pre-pubescent, I guess. Yeah, some of the science sort of goes over my head, so I sort of have to make it make sense to myself. And then we see more of MK's serious issues with Topside. I'd really like to, I think we're going to find out why, but I'm a bit like confused. So I'm assuming it's like, I think I said this last week, it's dyad, topside, Neolution, as in a scale, I think. And then we see Alison talking to a friend in the car who has gone to this life spring and had a baby. And I feel like when she's talking about sort of, she just wants her own child. I feel like although Alison is putting a kind of overdramatic flair to it, deep down these are her true feelings. She just wants to have a baby. And then her friend mentions Brightborn treatment and Dr. Bosch. I mean, that's very good news. And then we're back to Dizzy and Sarah, and I want to know, who are Dizzy's people wrapped up in this whole, in the stakes of it? Delphine, maybe? That's the first theory I've ever come up with. Never know. Could be. And then I thought it was quite fascinating when Sarah tells Dizzy about the clones, like everything. And she's like, so far they know there's 22 clones, but only 9 are still living. That was quite a depressing sort of number, do you know what I mean? Like, they know about 22, but there's only 9. That's like a fast jump down. And then when Dizzy's like, given the right circumstances, MK could be dangerous. A hint to what's to come. And then Helena having a funeral for a science baby as well. Like, I feel like genuinely Helena is becoming more compassionate. And what does she mean goodbye? This was where I was like, what do you mean you're going? Where are you going? Are you coming back? Are we gonna still see you? I need Helena in this show. Like, and then we're at the caravan to see MK go Dizzy when he spots the pressure plate bomb. The pressure plate bomb under the bit that, so there's the step, and then there's like, as you first step into the caravan. Like, MK, that is serious. Like, why are you putting a bomb under your home? I mean, obviously that means she doesn't plan to come back, but like, still, you're gonna blow someone up when they get in the caravan? Because then they get inside and we see some good stuff. First we get to see Rachel giving more messages to Charlotte to send to Ferdinand, which MK has now deciphered and knows Rachel is sending messages to Ferdinand, who she has a serious grievance against. And then Rachel and Susan are talking about Charlotte and her treatment, saying either leave Charlotte to suffer for science, so don't give her the immunosuppressive treatment, but that you could use it for science because she's the youngest sufferer. She might have better results, clearer results that can go on to help Cosima and even Ira, or give her the immunosuppressives and let it advance quicker, so I guess she has a quicker death, like saying let the disease advance or intervene. And Rachel asks if this is a test, and I think it is a test because it's a test to see whether how much like Susan she is, whether she is willing to put science before her family, like Susan did all those years ago when she left Rachel to the custody of Dr. Leakey. And then we see MK, what is she doing? And then we see Scott flicking the lights in the lab on and off, and then there's like, Cosimo's going, are you hella baked, man? Like, But he's saying, come look at the tumour, and the bot saying it got, what do they call it? Neon, like, you know, neon light, saying like they've worked it out. It's like gene expression. Bots he's worked out that it's introducing foreign DNA into the system, and like a gene therapy dopper type system, and it could be changing Sarah's DNA because like Dr. Leakey had one in his gene. Because he died, it gave the tumour, so all that flesh is kind of healthy, whereas the bits around it are dead. So it could be changing Sarah's DNA. So any scientists watching this may have not be the best definition of it you've ever seen. And then MK as Sarah texts Mrs. S to let Ferdinand go to Beth's house. Like, everything happens at Beth's house. It's quite symbolic. And she has her laptop saying, come sit down, and there's a chair bomb underneath it. That's what she's been working on. And it's a bit like, what on earth? And we see through Sarah at the caravan and MK talking, because she then comes in, and then just being on the computer, and then what Helsinki is. And this actually, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what Helsinki is about. By the sounds of things, she had a friend who was also a clone called Nikki, and there was a fire. We all know there was a fire in the science lab. There's also a fire that ended up killing 6 clones and 32 of their friends and family. And we hear Ferdinand say, one clone escaped the purge. I'm like, what the fuck? And then we see Mika scarring on her face and they talk about Helsinki. And her name is actually Vera Suominen. I found that very fascinating. I want to know more about Helsinki. And apparently the comic books do sort of go into what happened in Helsinki. And it follows MK, so I'm definitely getting them. And they follow a few new clones as well. Ferdinand seems genuinely scared that he might die there. Sarah comes in and she's like, what the actual fudge, you know? And we find out Beth didn't know about Helsinki. She was too sort of weak at the time. So I'm still like, what is the terrible thing that killed her? And then we see MK transfer Ferdinand's money. I mean, we see Sarah kind of reason with her, saying, you know, he's scum, but we need him to be able to get the thing out of Sarah's cheek because he has contacts who will. And this almost mirrors Beth's goodbye to MK, the way MK leaves Sarah. Sarah's sort of like saying, you know, Nikki died, Beth died, but there are still more clones. There are still more of her sisters out there. You know, you can't just leave them. But I don't think it will be the last we see of MK. I hope it's not. Same with Helena. I hope it's not the last we see of them too. And I don't think it is. And then Mrs. S comes to the rescue to defuse. I don't know the proper, I can't remember the proper word. But I'm just gonna go with defuse. The bomb. Who knew Mrs. S was good with defusing bombs? She's like a woman of many talents, I tell you. We go back to Rachel and Susan. Susan knows, giving messages to Charlotte to send to Ferdinand. And they said Ethan Duncan, that's not right, he died. And we hear her say she chose science over families. So she chose not give Charlotte immunosuppressive treatment, to use her and her data to help everyone else. Which I guess kind of shows, I don't know, it kind of gives an insight into Rachel. And sort of like, as much as she wants to be a mother, she has that ruthlessness in her like Susan. But I don't know whether that's just a front, and if that makes sense. Whether we dig deeper into whether she actually gives Charlotte the immunosuppressive treatment. That makes sense. Where does Susan Duncan keep going? And then we see Felix and Donnie have been given this packet, the Brightborn packet, and they watch the DVD that's in the Brightborn packet. And oh my fudging gosh, it's that Evie Chow. That's what her end is. This is what she's doing. This is what her end is. She's looking after the baby end of the experiment. She's looking after the front of it, the very sort of start of it. And then I like how Casina's like, she's seen her before. I saw her on Oprah. And this is a whole new side to Annihilation. Like before, they're cloning people, and this is like babies and sort of creating, controlling, like Susan Duncan said, controlling evolution. I actually read something after I watched this episode saying that, like, in a sense, that part of Orphan Black is very much has basis in truth. They're doing gene manipulation type things to rid of diseases and illnesses, and while it's all based in good in that sense, you take it too far and you have a Brightborn situation on your hands. I might try and link that article that I read in the thingy below. People who watch Orphan Black fascinate me with their sort of theories. Hurrah! I've got it done! Episode 4 is done. Episode 5, this should be up by the time episode 5's on. In the down bar thingy below, I will also put the trailer for episode 5. It looks like Crystal's coming back. Ooh. But yeah, so I will do that now that I'm on time. I'm hoping this shouldn't take too long to edit. The reason I'm filming this Tuesday was because it actually takes quite a while to edit this, because I took some real rubbish and I do really big pauses, so then it's like try and edit this, because otherwise it's like 30 minutes and I don't want to get it to 30 minutes because I feel like that's too long. I feel like 20 minutes is too long. People just sort of think, oh, stop talking now. I like to try and under 20 minutes, and so far I've been able to get it 22 minutes, so I'm hoping this will be under 20 minutes. Not that I don't have a lot to say, but you know, no one wants to hear me rambling on 20-30 whole minutes. That's like half an hour. I'm sure you'd get bored of me by half an hour. But yeah, thank you for watching. Comment below about the trailer. Maybe we can have a nice chat of theories. You know, I'm all about theories. I made my first one in this video. Share it, you know, share it to other Orphan Black fans. Please don't criticise my lack of remembering things or my lack of scientific knowledge. So I will see you, well, I'll probably see you, because I'm gonna film a book video right after this. See, I'm not just all about the Orphan Black life, I'm about that book life. I have this up by Friday afternoon. I'm hoping I should have it edited, all of it, by Thursday, so then when I get back from the group I can just upload it Friday and be like, yeah, on time. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Comment, subscribe, like in all the normal ways and all the ways you do. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.